It's Friday. It's the weekend. I've been looking forward to this weekend more than most. Why? Oh, last weekend was so nice with all the celebrations and the hot weather, and it's got a bit grotty, and then it's getting nicer again. At Drinks Coach UK, all lowercase, ask me any questions on Twitter, on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, easy enough, or in the contents below, or Vinesack for my personal hoo-ha if you want to ask me something on the private. Okay, so what are we doing today? Yeah, vodka. Sorry, I'm just checking that the timer's going, because I always overrun with these things. Nothing worse than doing a perfect take and then being 30 seconds over, because I have to do it all over again. So, we've got 3 vodkas here, which I rate as very, very fine. Okay, they are in the firm of the world's best vodkas. There are many, many to choose from. I've chosen these because I think they're widely available in the UK, but also because they tell stories, and they're all kind of English in a way. I think that's the most important thing, and I think that we have learnt with all this going on outside that we're trying to support our own industry, particularly farmers and stuff. So we have Sipsmith vodka. Yes, you heard it right. Some people didn't even know that Sipsmith made vodka. They do. Then we've got Konik's tail vodka from Poland, and then we've got Chase vodka from Herefordshire. Right. So what have they got to say for themselves? Well, first one, Sipsmith. Okay. Sipsmith sold to Beam Global for an undisclosed amount. I don't know. It certainly wasn't 10 trillion, but it was a few bob. And these guys only set up in 1999. It was the first copper still to be built in London in nearly 200 years, 189 years or something. And in 1999 they set up. 10 years on, they flog it. And shout out to James Galsworthy and Sam Galsworthy, sorry, and Jared Brown and everyone else who's associated. Congratulations. The gin changed everything. The gin is the reason why we have so much flipping gin, why gin is flipping everywhere. It's their fault, because they did a phenomenally good job of going, hang on a minute, there's room for something a bit special. And at the time it was just Beefeater, Gordon's, Tanqueray. That was pretty much it. Plymouth, forgive me, I always forget Plymouth. Plymouth was a great drink. If Plymouth had been launched now, it would be probably launched at 40 quid, not the bargain price it's been for many years. I know the price went up quite a lot recently, but so it should have. So Sipsmith is made from wheat. One thing these have in common also is that premium vodka is considered to be made from barley. Single grain or premium grain with base. In fact, if you think about all the vodka that we've been drinking latterly, like Smirnoff, sold in 7 out of 10 alcohol outlets, most decorated vodka in the world, by the way, that's made from leftovers from the whiskey industry. Premium malted barley has been used to make some of the finest whiskies on earth, and the stuff that doesn't quite make the grade, through an activated charcoal filter, 3 times, out the bottom, bosh, Smirnoff. That's how it's made. So some are made purposefully to be premium craft vodkas, and that's what we've got here. But do not knock the Smirnoff. I still think it's a very good speed rail vodka. Okay, but we're talking about vodkas here, which I think with modern tastes, we want to go away from the slightly harder edged grain vodkas, and we're going towards different cereals to make it. This is 100% wheat. Wonderfully soft. Oh, it's got such a sort of almost vanilla cream edge to it, which but it's also got that lovely London sort of what I call Thames edge, like London dry gin. It grabs you. It clings on a little bit, reminds you it's there, but it's very pristine, very pure. And I've always been probably more into the vodka than the gin, because everyone's drinking the gin, and like with music, you always go for the underdog, don't you? But the vodka is really stunning stuff. Sipsmith, because it's from Hammersmith, and you sip it. Okay, next one, Konik's tail. Shout out to the most amazing guy, Playorat Shabani, who's a Croatian by birth. I mean, Shabani, it's a Muslim name. During the Troubles, the 90s, Bosnia-Herzegovina and all that sort of stuff, the breakdown of Yugoslavia, he had to escape the country. He came to the UK. I went to the Meridian Piccadilly. Is it Meridian Piccadilly? The one on with Bar Balloon underneath. Anyway, Knightsbridge. Stayed in a hotel for one night, going like, I'm going to make something of myself in London. Woke up next morning and realised that all the money he'd saved, all the money he'd taken out of the country, was spent on one night in a hotel in London. Then ended up working in Aberdeen Angus Steakhouses as a washer-upper, sleeping in the cellar. From there, He's now making the world's best, if you're looking for character vodka, the world's best vodka, I think. This is Konik's Tail. It's made in Poland. He only makes it in 4,000 bottle batches, very small amounts. And he's hand sold this to the world's best bars. And it's made from a mixture of golden rye, winter wheat, or early winter wheat, and spelt grain, which is a very, very ancient grain. Spelt bread tends to be quite heavy, but it has lots of flavour. And spelt shoot, slightly germinated spelt, has this wonderful sorghum sweet pea, almost Mange 2 sweetness to it. And you see, when you smell this, it's not just vodka. It's like a kaleidoscope. There's little flecks of flavour and layers from different terroir-based cereal crops. They're making sure that the cereal's being grown in the right places as well. You put it all together, and this is probably the most orchestral vodka you're going to find. Most people are going for a very, very pure, sort of elite, sort of white background from which to make your cocktails. Plerat isn't. He's making a little jazz quartet in vodka, and it's absolutely delicious. It's quite fantastic. It makes the best Gibson. If you like a pickled onion martini, boom, try it with this vodka instead. Typically gin. Just so I know people know my credentials out there. So, on to Chase potato vodka. Look at that packaging, man. I mean, wow. Okay. James Chase, who's in charge of this Farrago down in Hereford. They're a family of potato farmers who make very high quality potatoes who sell very expensive crisps. I won't mention the brand because they're trying to disassociate them from their old lives, not for any reason other than they sold it for a ton of money, and it's not about crisps anymore, it's about vodka, right? So they were the first people out there to make this kind of type of kettley chips, but not kettle chips itself, and they're still out there, the brand. This is made from potatoes. James's brother grows potatoes in fields extremely expertly and then gives them to his brother. This one's made from King Edward's, Lady Clare and Lady Rosetta potatoes, who then ferments it into a potato beer and then distills it in his own farm in a very high-tech, very well-equipped distillery. I asked James, how many potatoes does it take to make one bottle of vodka? I dare you to guess. 250 potatoes. Wow, right? So I'm thinking, I paid £38 for distilled potatoes. It's expensive. Is it really? A large potato, a large King Edward, makes 2 packs of Walker's crisps, right? It makes a big grab bag of kettle chips. So how much money do you think you make out of 250 bags of crisps? That's way over 250 quid profit. £37 and all the fananga, all the hoo-ha, and look at the packaging. It's just so gorgeous. So, yeah, frankly, far better value than crisps. Huh? Okay, so, made from potatoes. It always amazes me how sweet and how unctuous potato distillates can be. And I don't know of a better one. There are vodkas out there. I think Luska Sour is a potato vodka. There's some Norwegian and Swedish ones as well. But this is so lovingly put together and it's so sweet. Where the Konik's Tail is a lot of chat in a bar, it's a social it's lots of little kind of breaks and boom, 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 boom. And Smith's is just beep. This is just reminds me of a song. God, I won't even say what it is. But it just sounds like sitting on a beach, chill out Ibiza. It's just got a breadth, a sweetness, and a size, a grandeur that most vodkas don't have. I'm talking about, look, you might be laughing at me now, but you've got vodkas here that all cost, this is about 30 quid. If you shop around, you might get it a squidge under, but that's 30 quid. And these are pushing £40, these two. And I feel I get as much joy out of this than any gin on the market for 40 quid. And these three are definitely in my 5 favourite vodkas in the world, the ones I most regularly drink. And well done to James, you did an incredible job and keep it coming. He makes all sorts of cool stuff as well. He makes some gins and apples and all sorts of things. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to make a cocktail. I'm going to make a cocktail out of this. This is a great cocktail mixer. These two, you almost just want to drink them, sip them neat on their own, really, or put them in a martini. That's where it's at. Ice. Okay. In the ice, I'm going to put about 60 mils of vodka. That's 60 mils of wheat vodka. Then, I think traditionally this particular cocktail was made with Kahlua, but I have Tia Maria in the house because I like traditional, well-made, original espresso martinis. That's the drink for espresso martinis. And it's, there's a lot of very good cold press and cold batch coffee liqueurs like that. I'm going to put a bit of extra in, actually, because otherwise it doesn't have enough colour. Tia Maria is a very high-quality product. But there are plenty of others. Use them. Toussaint, there's some English ones. There's an Australian one on the market now. Okay. So, quick shake. That's all it takes. Right. Now, go straight into a glass of fresh ice. This is for you, Richard Siddle, my friend. This is a White Russian. I know it looks real gross, but I like to put the cream on top. Richard Siddle, Good Times in Lebanon. And by the way, why am I making this? Dairy farmers are in the shit. Eat cereal, drink milk. There's no coffee shops open at the moment. Save our farmers. See you Monday.